So he put his hands on females, put his hands on producers, executives. That's just his. I guess that's what the whole name Bad Boy comes from. That people don't really understand. What is it? What is a bad boy? Why did he choose that name? Like he never really gave a clear definition of how he feels about that name. Not yet.
It started with a single post from a man no one expected to speak again. Not a new song, not a rant and accusation. Jonas Vale claimed that his ex-wife, media icon Clara Devin, should be investigated for what she allegedly did to a young singer at Damon Cross's infamous parties. The words hit like a thunderclap. The entertainment world was already reeling from Damon's ongoing federal case. For months, journalists had been bracing for the fallout from the March 2024 raids on his estates in Miami and Los Angeles. But Jonas's statement changed everything. It pulled Clara directly into a scandal that refused to die. Federal agents had stormed Damon's properties last March, under warrants tied to a multi-state trafficking investigation. Witnesses described armored trucks outside his mansion, neighbors recording as agents carried out boxes of evidence. According to official reports, investigators were searching for proof that Damon had organized so-called private sessions, multi-day parties that allegedly involved coercion, hidden cameras, and guests barely of legal age. By late spring, a grand jury in New York indicted Damon on multiple counts, including racketeering and transporting individuals across state lines for illicit purposes. Analysts compared the case to the darkest chapters of the industry's past and predicted he could spend life behind bars. But what Jonas implied went further. He suggested Clara wasn't just a bystander, but possibly complicit in an accusation that, if true, could rewrite everything the public thought it knew about one of Hollywood's most glamorous families. Weeks before the raids, Clara had quietly unfollowed Damon on social media. At the time, no one noticed. Looking back, that digital distance seems less random and more like self-protection.
He broke him, let's say allegedly, but it was told by people in her camp that he broke Kim's nose on a yacht. So Cassie's story is Kim's story. Cassie's book is Kim's book.
Reports about Damon's private gatherings are extensive. Neighbors in Los Angeles describe fleets of luxury cars arriving at 3 a.m. Women in evening wear waiting by the gate. And even one witness claiming to see buses dropping off young people who looked far too young to be there. Court filings from late 2023 revealed how attendees were allegedly recruited and silenced through threats and payoffs. The first major lawsuit, filed in November of that year, used the term private sessions for the first time. Within weeks, another young woman came forward, saying she'd been assaulted at 17 by Damon and two of his associates. Through all of this, Clara Devin's name didn't appear in official filings. Still, her proximity to Damon's circle was undeniable. On early episodes of her family's reality series, her sister bragged about attending one of his 2014 parties, calling it wild and noting that a teenage pop star, then barely 20, had been there too. Photos from that night Clara, her sisters, and Damon posing in glittering silver still circulate online. Back then, no one questioned why Damon's gatherings blurred the line between work and indulgence. Now, with investigators reviewing years of footage, those same images look less glamorous and more incriminating.
He had took a liking to me in particular around the time, man. It was really, like putting his arm around me.
Right.
Meanwhile, that same teenage pop star, once Damon's protege, has stayed silent. People close to him say he doesn't want to talk about his past with Damon, though he may soon have no choice. When he was 15, Damon promised him a luxury car on camera, boasting that they had spent 48 hours together that weekend. At the time, it seemed harmless. Today, it looks far more troubling. The singer has publicly discussed his struggles with substance abuse and mental health, and some suspect those memories are part of what he's avoiding. His silence contrasts sharply with Clara's carefully managed calm. Jonas's accusation lands in that uncomfortable space between silence and exposure. Sources close to Jonas say he believes Clara wasn't just a guest at those events, but an active participant in Damon's elite social network. While there's no public evidence yet, whispers about a high-profile female associate have circulated among legal insiders. Since early 2025, some leaked documents even show redacted names that appear to match Clara's initials. Clara herself has avoided addressing the controversy directly. instead focusing on her reality show and publicizing health concerns including a reported aneurysm. She linked to stress from her divorce. Yet her recent lawsuit against another former partner for defamation, after he suggested her family might be under federal investigation, now reads differently. His comment that the feds are coming no longer sounds far-fetched.
You feel this way. This Kim Kardashian devoted her life to something, but it certainly wasn't the pursuit of academic excellence. She didn't even go to college.
The pattern extends beyond Clara. Other artists once close to Damon like Rylan Cole, another of his former proteges, have hinted they witnessed troubling behavior as teenagers. Former security staff allege grooming. And even mainstream outlets have reported that Rylan refuses to let his own children attend anything resembling Damon's old camps. Within that context, Jonas's cryptic accusation feels like an attempt to drag long-buried truths into the light. But doing so comes with risk. Clara's powerful legal team, led by celebrity attorney Alexander Pike, has already warned they're monitoring Jonas's every statement. Still, investigators close to the case insist that leaks about a female associate are real and that unsealed evidence could soon reveal more. If that happens, Clara's image as a polished advocate and devoted mother would clash head-on with a criminal network that prosecutors say spanned more than 15 years of manipulation and exploitation.